Hello, my friends. Well, this was going to be my pity party video. When I woke up this morning, I wasn't feeling like I feel now. And once I got my Christmas sweater on and my hair fluffed up and some makeup on, I feel a lot better. But I'm still upset about my 86-year-old body falling apart after a month in bed, almost 22 to 23 hours a day. So don't watch this if you want to get depressed or if you don't want to get depressed or whatever. But I think I'm pulling out of it. Thank God I am like my mother and I have her Christmas pin on. Every time I touch it, I think of her and her wonderful, optimistic spirit. One thing I've learned about myself is I can be down in the dumps and cry my eyes out, which is why I have the glasses on, because I had several bouts during the night of, 10 Kleenexes blowing my nose. Moosie woke up, what's the matter? Nothing, one of those nights. My head is so messed up with being a very active 86-year-old one day and the next day being basically immobile, not being able to walk, and the thoughts are going around in my head. Will I ever walk again? I know it takes 2 to 4 months. Pain has been horrendous, whatever. I'm going there, but anyway. I hope you're all having a good time. I'm not going to wreck it, but we're going to talk about some stuff. Okay, I'm going to take the glasses off because I think maybe my eyes are a lot better than they were when I woke up. I've talked about the holiday blues before, at least 2 or 3 years in a row, and how to avoid it. And if you do fall into these holiday blues, how to pull yourself out. Well, I think I've been on the edge of holiday blues kind of all along. I didn't get a lot done that I was going to do. I have guilt trips about that. And for some reason or other, it all came together last night when I woke up in the middle of the night 2 or 3 different times, crying my eyes out with all kinds of thoughts going around in my mind. I really am a lot like my mother. And with all the things that she went through with her health, she had the bad knees and pain and broke her roto cuffs in her shoulders several times, had her arms and like never once did I ever hear her complain. And I hope I can be like that. But I think I'm allowed one pity party day a year. And I think I'm having it. I was planning to spend the day in bed with our nice duvet covers and my beautiful Christmas duvet cover that Brendan put on for us, in bed all day, just lying there, because that's my happy place right now. I am not in pain when I am lying still in there. I've got the ice pack on my knee. I've got a couple of Motrin in me, and I'm happy. But I'm not living. So anyway, I'm out of bed now. Put the Christmas sweater on. And I have some fun things to talk about. Now, number one, I did get some curlers in my hair. And today I decided to do the Nicole Johnson hairdo with the big giant rollers that she does. I dug these out. I put a couple all the way back, a couple here like this. And I was going for the big hairdo like she does. It didn't come out like hers. Of course, she has this marvelous full head of hair, and when she shakes it, it just goes up and all over the place. But I did get a little bit of fullness out of it with my thinning, aging hair, and that's okay. Put the makeup on, and I'm still using my jumbo crayon on my eyebrows and under here. And aren't you proud of me, ladies? I don't think I've had any blobs of mascara under my eyes in the last couple of videos. How great is that? The other good thing about the day is that my second stalk here of my amaryllis is blooming, and I have all these wonderful, beautiful flowers sitting here next to me. So So who could have a pity party with all this happening, right? Well, I guess I spoke too soon with the eye blob comment because I just checked as I do. It's a good thing I do these little talks in segments because I just checked, and way up here, it's too dark. Now, it might not come off as I'm trying to rub it off here now. At least I didn't get it under the eyes. It's up over the eyes this time. But I did put some concealer on, and then I put that e.l.f. camo powder on top of it. So it might be ingrained in there, that little bit of eyeshadow that I tried to put on. So let's hope it goes away with my rubbing here. So much for that, right? Well, we've been getting along with Margie's Wonderful Meals coming down. And tonight, Mike came yesterday and delivered another mushroom and turkey soup made from the frozen carcass from the Thanksgiving turkey. And we have some of that. I guess there's some vegetables in that. And some wonderful rye bread that she had gussied up with some garlic and everything. That was so good. And tonight we're having vanilla ice cream with mushed up pineapple. It's almost like an applesauce. We're going to put that over it. But tonight we're having a meal that goes way back in our family. It's called salamagundi. Now, this is a name that I always thought my mother made up. It's a dish, a meal that we had as kids, and it was definitely comfort food. We loved it. It was simple, and my mother made it all the time. It was also very inexpensive to make. I think she might have started making this during World War II. We were probably, well, I think I was probably, 7, something like that. But salamagundi is just basically mincemeat that you saute with some onions in a frying pan. And I think she puts a can of tomatoes in with that. And then she boiled elbow macaroni and a bunch of that. And then threw the elbow macaroni in. And with the tomato sauce and everything, that was it. Now, it was delicious. We always had it with bread or something. But why we called it salamagundi, I have no idea. And a funny story that all our kids, as they got married, guess what they fed their kids? And their kids loved it. And when Dubby, who had her hip operation, now Dubby is our oldest daughter, and Dubby is now, I'm going to say 61. So I think she had her 60th birthday last year. But she had a total hip replacement. And when she came home, I think that was a year ago. And when she came home, she said, "Mom, I really want comfort food. And guess what I want you to make? Salamagundi." So I made a big pot of salamagundi. And I think she ate it twice a day for 3 days and loved it. But that's the story. So several years ago, it took me that long to try and figure out where this name came from. I looked on Google, and a man's name came up, Sal, which is short for Salvador, and I think it's Gundy. And I can't remember now, but the man's name, Salmagundi, and this meal of salamagundi were somehow, I'm going to have to review that again. Can you remember, Moose, what the story was with Sal Gundy?
It was popular in the 17th century in early America. Although its origins go back to the 1500s.
Did you hear that? Wow. Well, my mother must have known something about Sal Gundy or McGundy, whatever his name was. The origin of this meal goes back to the 15th century. Well, look it up and let's see if you find anything else about it. But tonight we are having salamagundi that Margie made, and it's defrosting right now. It's one of the things she sent down. Brenda went out to my new freezer in the shed and brought it in. He's been such a big help. He also brought the vanilla ice cream in so we can have the pineapple dessert tonight. Will you look at this? Colleen brought me this home the other day when she was out shopping. Santa in a rollator, sitting in a rollator. Oh, well, we're doing okay with the rollators. And, you know, the thoughts go through your head as to how long will I be walking like this. And I walk very slowly when I am on my feet. And some of the things that go through your head, you know, this whole business of lying in bed and not doing all the things that I would normally be doing at this time of year, kind of messes with your head. And I was just talking to Margie on the phone, and she gave me the big pep talk that you just have to do your leg exercises from a chair. If you can't stand on them, as I said, I feel the changes in my body, and I don't like what I'm feeling. I know that certain things come with aging, and I'm ready for it. I've already had the arthritis for quite a while, but I know that there are so many people much worse off than I am right now, and I know what you're going through, and I applaud you for getting through it. And I'm the type of person that I do hide my feelings a lot. I don't always say how I'm feeling. I don't always say what I'm thinking to others. I do hide a lot in those. Why? I don't know. Once again, my mom was like that. And I don't know the reasons for that. And I know that my whole channel, you call me such an optimistic person, and in reality, I really am. But I do have those moments of being down when you know all the problems associated with aging. And I've always said, you can do it, ladies, you know, get through it. And it still is my motto. It really is. There's no sense in getting down. But when you do have one of those, and I'm going to say a moment or more than a moment, a night or a day or whatever, go for it. Lean into it. Because here I am, 6 hours after being in despair, blowing my nose because it was so clogged from crying all night. In 3 different times when I would wake up, my thoughts were just going crazy. Poor Moosie said, can I help you? No. And it's true. You have to help yourself. How do you help yourself? Everyone's different. You can do physical things to help yourself. Mostly it's mental. And I know there are people with deep depression, and I hope that you are getting help for that. Thank God my moments like this are, I pull myself out, but I firmly believe that if you have to have that total cry, jag, scream, go to bed for 24 hours, do it, because somehow here I am, and I'm better. Now, the pep talk from Margie probably had a lot to do with it too, but you know, my probably biggest worries, not really worries, but regrets, are things that during the holiday season I have not been able to do, or things that we had planned to do even in this coming week and know that we probably won't be doing. And one of them was I was planning to take that drive with Moosie again, which we have done, I think, 2 years in a row. As a matter of fact, do you know that last Christmas I did those 25 days of Vlogmas? That was a video every single day with my moose of all the things we were doing each day. We were doing a lot of crafts. We were making little ornaments with our pictures on them and painting the wooden ornaments and putting the picture in and giving those to every single one of our family, 50 something people, and looking forward to the Christmas Eve get together with everyone, and Christmas Day bopping around, driving from one to another, being up with Colleen's kids, watching them open their presents in the morning, visiting. A lot of these things aren't happening this year. And number one, I haven't been able to drive yet. I want to this week maybe take a little test drive down the driveway. Everybody's saying no, forget that. There's other people that can drive us around. But I spent the day yesterday in bed. Moosie said, stay in the bed today because it was very painful for me the night before. I don't know whether I was, I can't stay on my feet too long. It hurts. And automatically I'm back in bed with the ice and the Motrin, and you know the routine. But some of these things you get into your head and you can't get them out. But after one of those EOs, I've called them before EOs, and I think I told you we used to call that in college an emotional outburst, a big EO, and we'd try and carry on and whatever, and then you were over it and you felt much better. So
Can
if
I
you,
tell a bunny story yet?
oh, Moosie wants to tell a rabbit hole story. I hope it's an uplifting one. Is it uplifting? Oh,
I
my
know where you
heavens.
got your suppression of bad things
Yeah,
from your mother.
my suppression of bad things. Yes,
Yeah, I can tell you two. One about your brother. No,
I remember that one.
brother graduated from college, and he, after about a year, he and a bunch of guys got together in an apartment, and your mom would not tell a single soul
I know.
that he had left home. He was about 2 miles away.
Yeah, he was about 25 and he lived, honestly, about 2 miles away, as Moosie said. Moved in with three other guys and they were working in New York City. He was a stockbroker, doing very well. And my mother
It was
was
shame.
embarrassed. She was
She was
she was
embarrassed. It was a
ashamed
shame.
that her son left the homestead where she was doing his wash and cooking his meals and everything, and she didn't want to tell anybody. Now she got that moose from her mother. My Nellie Flanagan, who was born in Ireland and didn't come over to New Jersey until she was 17 or 18. I think she was 17. And she was like that. So I get that, hiding my feelings and trying to be upbeat about everything.
So can I tell a second bunny story?
All right, you got one more bunny story. Nice and loud.
I went to your college graduation, and your mom and dad
Oh,
That-
yeah.
met me in the parking lot, and they had sunglasses on. And after a while, I was able to say, the thing hadn't started yet. I said, sunglasses? It's kind of cloudy. We've been crying. Why? Don't tell Mary Ellen. Please don't tell Mary Ellen. Oh, what happened? Her dog died.
Dinah.
Dinah died.
Dinah.
And they knew you'd have an EO, and your eyes would be
Yep.
bloodshed for the
Yep.
pictures and graduation pictures. So you didn't get told for 3 or 4 days.
Oh, no, wait. Dinah died 2 months before that. Remember?
No.
Yes. Dinah had died way before that, and they didn't even tell me for 2 months and still weren't going to tell me. And they thought that because it was that day of my graduation that maybe I'd find out. But Moosie asked them. But Dinah was our dog that we had, I don't know, 12, 13 years. And she died. and my mother, that's my mother. She
And
didn't
that's
want.
you.
That's me too. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh well.
Okay.
Oh well. That's
The end of that story.
that's the end of that story. I know what
On.
I was starting to say, but then got off on a tangent on something else. When I that's me. When I was in bed yesterday, the day in bed, which is like every day for the past month, I somehow got onto Amazon and eBay and basically did a lot of things that I wanted to do. I didn't want to show up anywhere without presents. You know, once again, back to my mom. Christmas was big, and I loved giving presents and figuring out what each one would love. And even 2 years ago, I think it was 2 years ago, not last year, Moosie and I did not do a lot of shopping. We did the personal little ornaments. But the year before that, I remember doing a video and spreading everything that I had been picking up, and I was out shopping around, going from one place to another, all over the bed. And I had several items of this for little girls and several items of this for teenage boys and whatever. I must have had 50 plus presents. And it was fun buying it and thinking about what each one would want. Then trying to wrap them all was not the fun part. You know, you start after a while, it's Christmas Eve and you're trying to bring everything at once. I was keeping everything in the back of my car. Right now, my car is stuffed with, wheelchairs and what else? Oh, I have all the cushions from the outdoor patio area because it's supposed to rain today. Oh, that's one thing I wanted to tell you. So on top of the blues, we have rain coming to California, sunny California, for 4 days, starting tonight at 5 o'clock. And it's supposed to rain quite a bit for the next 4 days. Hopefully it will be over maybe by Christmas Eve. We're hoping. But sometimes that's par for the course. However, to get back to, but rain doesn't get me down. That's okay. But all of those presents, after I bought them and got them in bags, had to be put in the car, and then remembering to give it to this one and that. Always, usually, they were given out on Christmas Eve. That part was fun. The problem was nobody would open them in front of you because there were so many of us at our traditional Christmas Eve brunch where we were playing games and everybody having fun with each other. Nobody opened presents. So you never got to hear or see if they enjoyed your presents or whatever. Well, Moosie and I decided that, buying that many presents was ridiculous. It's just too much financially, too much work and shopping and whatever. So that's why we did the little ornaments. And you know what? They had more enjoyment because we heard back from so many of them about how every year now they hang these little ornaments. They're getting ready to hang them again on the tree. And when we saw a little video that Molly sent about little Kelly, remember that, Moosie? Little Kelly, when they decorated their tree last year, she walked right up to the tree and took this little picture of Moosie and I in Santa Claus hats, which was in this decorated wreath that we had painted, and she was hardly talking at the time, Moosie, Nanny, and she wouldn't let go of it. That made us realize that what is it that really touches people's hearts? Something like that touched little Kelly's heart. So we have to keep that in our mind. However, I did find some things on Amazon, which was the beginning of my story. And I spent quite a bit of time getting little things that I thought some of the teenagers and the little kids would enjoy. And they're going to arrive before Christmas. And that's all I was worried about. The little kids have to have something from Nanny and Moosie. And I got some really cute things for the little girls and some great things for some of the teenagers. So that's kind of what we're doing with the rest of our daughters. They all love stuff that was Mom's, whether it's jewelry or some of my things that I've picked up, the vintage and the antiques over the years. They love purses. I have an army of purses, just like all my hats. And I think last year they all got purses, and I filled them with some jewelry and everything, and they love that. Debbie got a bunch of my evening purses. I think I might have given some of those to Colleen too. And Colleen got a beautiful plaid Ralph Lauren bag that I had for 20 years and was vintage. And I'm going to do something like that again this year. Plus, I think, going to make some of our Irish soda bread. And I do have some pewter plates that I can put the bread on. I've collected those. So those are something that I've had collecting them. And also some wine coasters. Have you ever seen those in pewter where they say all these lovely things around the outside? A loaf of bread, a jug of wine, and thou. I love that. And so I'm going to fill some of these things and give away some of my pewter collection and some candlesticks too. So I have a lot of that. I think you've seen during the winter, I might put some pewter up in January after this too. I have enough of it still to decorate my mantle. You know what? I don't have a lot of stuff to talk about. We just haven't been gallivanting around or doing too much other than enjoying the kids that come to help us, enjoying the grandkids that are hanging around helping us, especially Brendan. You know, he does everything from fixing the things on TV that we can't get. We just decided to take the free trial for BritBox. Having lived in Scotland and being very in love with the UK, we love all those movies, Father Brown and Vera and what else, Shetland, and all these series, all these series that take place in Scotland and Ireland and England. And we love the Irish ones, of course, too. And so we're going to see how we do. But we've been away from Scotland for so long that it's difficult for us, especially with Moosie's hearing aids, to get used to the speech again. We don't always understand everything that they're saying. So Moose said, okay, let's put the what is that called, Moose? Captions. Let's put the captions on. Well, we tried that last night and couldn't do it. So one of Brendan's jobs this morning, besides bringing some of the packages in that arrived and bringing in my salamagundi and my ice cream from the freezer, he does everything. He went in with the things in the television in the bedroom, which is where we watch these at night, and fixed everything. So he wrote it down for me. So I have it all written so that in case we lose it or it falls off. He also put the captions on Netflix and Amazon Prime for us too. So I think we'll be understanding things a little bit better. We kind of miss some of the things going on. I have recovered from my slump. Been a different Christmas for us. I love you all. And if you're in a holiday blues mood, go ahead. Have that cry and get under your covers and cover up and whatever, because I guarantee most of the time you're going to wake up the next day saying, well, I'm glad that's over with. And I hope you're in the spirit. I look around at what I have and the gratitude that is in my heart, and I'm not going to get weepy about this because I've cried enough tears, but these are happy tears. They're not going to come. And I'm so grateful for everything and everyone that is in our lives, for the health that Moosie and I have had with all the bumps all the years. They're little bumps compared to some of the things that you are suffering. And I am praying for those of you who are having real problems. And I hope that the good Lord intercedes for some of you and helps you. I hear the rain on the roof, Moose. Oh my goodness.
Happy day. Nice and cozy in here.
Yes, it is. And Shamu, she is being the perfect indoor cat. I can't tell you, her indoor manners are beautiful. She's happy. She's wonderful. And those darn coyotes, I think maybe they've flown the coop. Let's hope. So I will do probably another video over the weekend, and maybe you'll get it the day before Christmas because we are going to see some family on Saturday. So hopefully over the weekend, I will get a video out to you. In the meantime, Merry Christmas to all of you who celebrate Christmas, and happy holidays to everyone. Moosie and I love you all so much. See you soon. And God bless us all, everyone.